Good afternoon, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talk. I hope everybody is having a great Monday, even though it's Monday, and our Mondays really ever good. I guess they're better than the alternative, not waking up at all. But here it is Monday, and it is the 21st, and today's video is going to be about the BRICS. I know some people are tired of hearing about the BRICS, but the BRICS meeting is tomorrow. It starts actually, oh my word, is today the 21st or the 22nd? Yeah, it starts tomorrow. We're going to hear a lot about it tomorrow, the next day, and so on. For those of you guys that don't know what the BRICS is a expansion of different countries, including Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and they will be expanding that block and talking about expansion here this week. Tomorrow specifically. A lot of people are saying, oh, it ain't going to be the end of the world. It ain't going to be the end of the world. But I want you to think about something for a quick minute. We're going to play a little exercise. This is something that I always do with my son. This is something that I always do with people when they have doubts about different things. Let's say for a minute we have 100 people in a room. And those 100 people are all using the same currency. And one of them people decides, you know what, we're no longer going to use this currency. All they need is one other person to trade with. That gives two people. And then before you know it, a couple more people. And then before you know it, a couple more people. And a couple more people. And then you've got 10, 20, 30, 50. And then the tide starts turning the other way. And once that happens, you start losing, the dollar will start losing momentum. The people that are using the current currency will start looking at the other currency. Why is it growing so quick? They'll decide they want to be a part of it. Maybe not with the intention to destroy the dollar, but it ultimately leads to that. And you can do it on a small scale, you can do it on a large scale globally. A lot of these countries are tired of the U.S. And are essentially meddling, I guess you can say. We want to, as Saudi Arabia said, you know, we have our own way of living. We don't want to be educated. We don't want to be taught the right way. We want to do it our way, the way our culture and everything that goes with it. I've been talking to different people from around the world because I do play a worldwide strategy war game that I love, and it requires me to talk with other people from other countries. Sometimes I got to have it translated in Google because I don't even know what they're saying, and then it spits it out and then I can read it. But then, with that being said, a lot of these countries are starting to recognize that we can't pay our bills. We are so in debt right now, it's unbelievable. And there's no sign of it coming to an end. Look, they didn't just raise the debt ceiling, they ended the debt ceiling. There is no debt ceiling. It can go to the moon. And we've been seeing unlimited printing, everything going on. Now they're trying to tell us that we're going to see an increased price in all canned goods, but that's good for us. I mean, you're going to hear a lot of funny things over the next couple months that are going to shock you. Why higher gas prices are good for you. That you're going to pay $5, $6 a gallon, but that's good for you. And you're going to wonder, you're going to scratch your head and you're going to be like, how is that good for me? I'm paying more for gas. And they're going to fill your head with stuff like, because now with gas prices back high, we can put Americans back to work, and they can start producing our own gas. And in time, a few years from now, we'll be back on top and prices will be coming down again. That's the kind of propaganda that you're going to hear over the next probably couple months when the prices literally ramp up out of control. Now, it's a scary thought. I'll be honest. Raising prices on everything. I mean, think about what you spend a month on gas now, and then add 50% to that, maybe double that. But it's not just going to be gas. If it's gas, it's taking everything with it, because the equipment that goes from point A to point B, that takes gas. The production of food, that takes gas. The distribution of food takes gas. Gas is everything. And when gas and oil go up, I say gas, but oil too. Most stuff is ran oil, gas. That's the major energy. We could see prices literally get out of hand. We've been talking about this topic now for, a month and a half on the channel. I remember the first video I put up talking about the BRICS in recent times. Once this meeting that we heard about it, and we said, you should maybe consider going out, buying some extra canned goods, buying some extra food, buying some little bit of beans, rice. And in that 2 months, look at what has happened. We've seen the price of rice skyrocket. Why? Because now they're having problems in India, and they don't want to export any rice for the time being. All rice has to stay in the country. Now, you don't hear about it as much today. Why? Because the bag of rice went from $20 to $35, and now it's not on mainstream news. Mainstream news does not want to tell you the truth that prices are going through the roof, and they're going to keep going through the roof. As this happens, we will see everything go up in price. We could see houses continue to go up in price. Now, there's a lot of conversation about houses, though, because interest rates are going up. They're going to have to go up because the only way to curve inflation the right way is going to be to raise interest rates. That's why Paul Volcker rose interest rates all the way up to almost 30%, or right about 30%. He didn't do that. Was it 30? I'm sorry, 20. 20%. My bad. Someone out there already heard that, and they're like, no, wrong. 20%. He didn't do that because he wanted to just, let's just raise interest rates and make extra money. He did that because prices were out of control and people were seeing what was going on. And you know what happens when people start seeing that price is out of control? They turn to precious metals. They turn to cryptocurrencies. They turn to other hard assets. Now, I'm not going to belittle cryptocurrency in this video. I have a bunch of cryptocurrency. I hope some of my cryptocurrencies skyrocket and I'm a millionaire. And when I become a millionaire, I'm hoping I can still buy a house with it or buy something with it, not just a loaf of bread. Now, some people may get that joke, some people may not. But you look at Venezuela, and people were instantly pretty much millionaires. Why? Essentially because the price of everything was going up because the price of the dollar or the Venezuelan bolivar was coming down. These are things they don't want to tell you, because if they tell you, you're going to panic. And what are you going to do? You're going to look online, you're going to find videos like this, and you're going to go buy precious metals. You're going to go buy hard assets. And once you do that, maybe you'll buy crypto. Once you do that, you're taking money out of the system. It's no longer in play, essentially. You're pushing it. I've heard someone tell me, well, when you buy silver, you're not really pulling money out of the system. Well, you are, personally. You're just passing the buck, or should I say the dollar, to the next person. Someone will be left holding the bag at the end. The question is, who's it going to be? Is it going to be you holding a bunch of US dollars when the price of the dollar plunges? It's been doing great right now. I'll be honest. Seeing it still over 100 is mind-blowing to me. But a lot of this is because essentially we're hearing stories about Russia's economy is plunging. They're losing the battle. You hear stories about China and Evergrande. Was it Evergrande? I can't even remember I think it was Evergrande. Basically, their whole housing market plunging and everything that goes with it. You're hearing stories about India and chaos. That's why they're keeping the rice, all the food. They need to keep it to keep control of the people. That could be the truth. But you know what? That could also be propaganda on their behalf, appearing to be weaker than they are. Sun Tzu, The Art of War, says, appear to be weak when you're strong and appear to be strong when you're weak. And the reason he says that is if you look like a strong target, people won't attack you. But if you look like a weak target, they're going to come for you. So, I mean, it's an interesting play what's going on right now. And I think this right here, the Chinese economy is going to plunge and it's going to basically take the whole world down with it. I mean, what does that do to commodities? Essentially, that could drive commodities down once people start buying that story. And then meanwhile, who do you think is going to buy those up? I have a belief that China will be buying all that up. So the question is, whose propaganda do you believe? Whose story do you believe? Do you believe that China is fibbing? They probably are a little bit. I don't think their situation's as bad as they're stating. Do you think the U.S. is fibbing? I definitely think they are. Because when you tell me that higher gas prices is good for me or higher canned goods are good for me, I don't work at the can district. I don't work for the oil industry anymore. I did at one time, and I loved the benefits of it. But I don't anymore, and therefore I don't want to see higher prices. Now, who's going to hurt the most in this? It's going to be the people that are holding a lot of cash in their bank accounts, or if you think your cash is safe because you put it in a coffee can or under a mattress, that you won't be affected, you'll be affected just as much because they're going for the core. They're going for the dollar. And anybody that thinks, oh, it's not going to be a big deal, they're not going to roll out a gold-backed currency, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But at the end of the day, more people using their currency and less people using our currency means it comes back home. And as it comes back to the U.S., more currency will lead to higher prices. With that being said, I meant to say at the beginning of the video, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'd like to take a quick minute to thank all of our members of the channel. J.M. Sparger, Chris Rivera, Steve Newberry, Chris B., Thomas D., Ronald Smith, Ryan Reed, Conrad, 420 Stacker, Chris in Virginia, The Barbecue Man, and New Marshall in town. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, it's only $1.99 a month, and you can click the join button right down there. It helps out the channel a ton, and you get entered for really cool events that we will be featuring. So, with that being said, I thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again next time on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.